This is Dollar Jr. on behalf of NTAGameGuides.com. We are going to be doing a Frogger tutorial video. Now, this game gets a bad rap for being a hard game, but in my opinion it's not very hard, and it's very basic, and I'm going to try to teach you the basic tips that you're going to need to know to get good at this game. Now, first off, if you're playing this game online, make sure, absolutely sure, that you change the graphics to original. This is done by going to Help and Options, Graphics, Change to Original. What this does is it decreases the lag tremendously when you're playing co-op. And also, people complain a lot about not being able to see the screen on the left side hole, the hole on the left side. This is corrected by adjusting the screen size in the Options menu. Now, to adjust the options, you have to be inside the game. You can't do it from the main menu. This is important to know because some people think it doesn't even exist. The number one tip that I can offer anybody in Frogger is you want to create a straight line to your path. Now, this might seem like common sense, but it's something I don't see a lot of players do when they play co-op with me. And it's something that they need to do on a consistent basis. To get good at creating a straight line, you need to be familiar with the L move. This is performed by either going left or right using the stick or the D-pad. I highly recommend the D-pad, by the way. And going horizontally first and then going vertically. I'm demonstrating it here in traffic. You can go very fast, and it's very accurate. It's very safe to do to get around certain obstacles. This will also create a straight line to your path, as seen there. Perhaps the biggest complaint I have heard players talk about in Frogger is that they just can't seem to get their frog home in the leftmost hole consistently. Well, here's a tip. This leftmost patch of grass, indicated by this arrow and circle, that's where you need to be before you jump in the hole. Make sure you go far enough over. You will die if you go off the screen, but you can get close enough to that leftmost patch of grass. And then once you slide in front of the hole, make sure both of your feet are lined up within the hole. It's common sense again, but yes, this is a good tip to know. I'm going to demonstrate it in real time here. As you can see, I jumped on the leftmost patch of grass and then slid under the hole and jumped in. Even if you're very good at moving Frogger, and trust me, you will need to be very good at moving Frogger, you will still need to know the levels. If you don't know the patterns of the levels, and they are scripted for the most part, they will change sometimes. It is a random change in the traffic flow, the speed and everything. That's totally random. It doesn't usually happen until after you beat the 5th level, though. But if you waste time in a level, for instance, you'll see that the traffic may increase. This is the way of the game telling you to get your ass moving. But yes, you will need to know the level patterns. And if you do know the level patterns, you can exploit this game to no end. I may look like a pro doing this game, but trust me, anybody can do it if you know exactly when to move. It is scripted. It is a completely scripted game for the first 5 levels. Now, there's another tip I want to share with you, and there's multiple ways you can exploit the AI. This means, like for instance, a snake. Don't let the snake scare you. You can get all over that snake. The only thing that the snake can do to hurt you is the head of the snake. Can bite you, obviously, but the tail, you can get all over the tail. This is very important to know because if there's a snake on a log and you just feel, oh, I can't get on that log, well, yes, you can, and you can get all over those snakes. Just don't let the head touch you. Now, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I cannot believe some of the things that people just don't know. Like, for instance, they don't think that you can jump on the alligator, and they never even attempt to jump on the alligator. You have to jump on the alligator in level 5 anyway. But this still boggles my mind that people just don't know that you can jump on the alligator. So yes, you can jump on the alligator, just don't jump into his mouth. One more tip about the snakes. If you're on a log and you see a snake on the log with you, if you go all the way to the edge of the log without going off, the snake will just turn around. He will not bite you. This is another cool tip to know. Now, with all the basic tutorial out of the way, let's get to the main meat of the game here. Like I said, this game is absolutely scripted. You can do exactly what I am doing and do it exactly the same. Every move that I do, you can replicate over and over again. As you can see, the L move is obviously abused. I abuse this move. This is the main move in the game. You go horizontally, and then you go vertically to get to your path. The quickest way possible. For level 2, watch for this tractor right there. As soon as he appears, you can go to the straight line here. Then you can squeeze between the two cars at the beginning, right there. This is all scripted. This is not random. You can do this every single time. And as soon as I get in this, go straight up. And you can go right up the middle right there. Anybody can do this game, as long as they memorize the paths. As you can see, every time I usually go to the left to start it off. There will be an exception in level 4, which I don't do that. And level 5. Notice how many times I usually take a straight path. A straight line. I'm creating a straight line. And that's what I mentioned before. All you're doing is you're moving with the flow of traffic right there and going in a straight line. It's very simple. Now for level 4, as soon as you spawn, just go straight up the middle with no fear. Watch this. Up the middle, do the L move, and straight up, there you go. It's important to know the pattern here with the log and the alligator. Once they go across one side of the screen, they're going to respawn on the other one, on the other side eventually. But there's like 2 logs that spawn after that. So right here, you're going to have the gator spawn. If you know the patterns, this game, you'll own this game. Now, level 5 is a bit different. The 3 18-wheelers at the top of the screen have a huge gap after they pass. This is the gap you want to go through. You'll have to time this gator here. But everything I'm doing in this level, you can duplicate. You can replicate this exactly the way I do it. A little bit of timing, but for the most part, this game is so scripted, it's not even funny. See, I'm all over the snake. The snake can't hurt you. Look at that. And that's pretty much it. I hope this guide helped you guys out. And if you have any questions, just send me a message or send Andy a message. And I'll see you guys next time.